Hello and how goes? My name is CYI3R, but you can call me Cyber. Today we are continuing the old Pokemon Champion season that I have played on. I mainly primarily focused on double battles for this video. As I did last time, I'm not really interested in posting singles content on this channel. But today, team breakdown, effectively the same as last episode. If you haven't seen it, I recommend you go check it out. I had run a physical Electros that time. Today I'm running a special one. It's the same one, I just changed the IVs and such around. As you can see, max speed, max special attack. The rest of the team is exactly the same as last time. I will state there are a lot of cuts in this episode just strictly off of a lot of connections, stall, etc. Making it so I have a lot of turns of 30 seconds to a minute long. Now, first team, heading into the first battle, they have mostly physical with a few special attackers. Those special attackers are actually walled by Geology pretty well, except for Archaludon. But I was still confident I could handle whatever they brought. Now, they start off with the Lucario Sylveon. I don't know, as I saw in the last video, they actually was a physical one last video. Again, go check it out if you haven't. I'll try not to mention it again. Now, for first turn, I'm deciding I'm going to Mega Flamethrower. I'm going to Mega and Flamethrower the Lucario while Whimsicott sets up the Tailwind. Tried and true classic. Whimsicott, very good Tailwind setter. Nice support for the team. Although I mainly run this as more of a secondary special sweeper. Well, I say secondary, but it's more third. But here, the opponent busts out the Mega Lucario. Just the same. Turn 1 Megas all around. I also pull out the Mega Electros. Love this. I love it. It's easily one of my favorite Megas besides Scolipede. So, Whimsicott Tailwind coming through allows me to outspeed Lucario now. Flamethrower comes out and just roasts that dog to a crisp. It is gone. So that's their Mega down, and here comes a free boost. Because Elevate. Hyper Voice from the Sylveon knocks Whimsicott down to a third. Took about a third off of Electros. Oh, almost half actually off of Electros. So after a bit of stall, they sent in Komodo. I decided I'm going to protect Electros, sack Whimsicott to get the Moonblast off. Should get it low enough to either Electros can get another boost and take it out, or at the very least I could preserve some health on it and then get something else in to help take care of the Sylveon. Moonblast comes in. Komodo drops like a stone, completely demolished by the Moon there. Doesn't even get to make a move. Sylveon's Hyper Voice comes in. Elinan, of course, protected, but Whimsicott 07s in chat. 07s because Puffball put in some work taking out that Komodo and getting up the Tailwind for us. This time was a connection issue for the delay. So, I decided I'm sending in Salazzle to help finish off the Sylveon. And they send in their Cerulege as their final Pokemon. Now, I'm trying to decide what to do. And I've decided I'm going to Thunderbolt. I'm going to double up on the Sylveon. Thunderbolt and Sludge Bomb on it. Just to take it out. Now, I do have some slight, obviously the communication was still stable enough to where it wasn't too long of a wait, because hence the lack of that, but it was still quite a long. Now, Sylveon survives the Sludge Bomb did over half, but then Citrus brings it back just enough to survive the T-Bolt, and then Bitterblade from Cerulege takes out Mega Electros. But there'll be more of him in the next battle, in the upcoming battles. Hyper Voice does barely anything to Salazzle. So now I'm down to my final. Now it's just down to a 2v2 at this point. Now I've decided to flip turn just for the super effective damage on Cerulege, and I was going to Sludge Bomb to finish off Sylveon. Now once again they stalled. Sludge Bomb comes out, finish out the Sylveon. Now, Time for the flip turn, and unfortunately, Dragalge's not a physical attacker. That's more for pivoting. I don't know why I thought it would be a good idea to go into it, but it gives weak armor. This Cerule Edge activates its White Herb to stop it. Now it goes for a Throat Chop on Salazzle. Does a good chunk, but doesn't take it out. And now my Tailwind's out, so now they should outspeed me. I decide I'm just going to Draco Meteor. I'm just going to Draco Meteor, Dragon Pulse up on the Cerule Edge. Do my best to see what happens. The Roach Chop coming in again, finishes off Salazzle. Doesn't even get the attack off, unfortunately. But here comes a Draco Meteor. Here comes Draco Meteor from Dragalge. It is stab, and I do run adaptability on this one, so it's extra stab bonus. Barely lives, but I get an attack drop. I get a special attack drop. Now I'm trying to decide. That cut was more so me deciding. I decided to drop a second Draco on it, hoping that it doesn't heal enough. Bitterblade does nothing to Dragalge, barely heals at anything, and the second Draco is just enough to take it out. Probably more than enough, honestly. Cerule Edge, from what I remember, isn't that tanky. But that's the first battle down. Nice win for us. And now we'll be heading into the second one shortly. Stick around. Okay, on to battle number 2. A lot more again, nice mix of physical special with the Hydra Apple, the Typhlosion, Primarina, Rampardos, Typhlosion, or Passimian, and Zoroark. I'm not sure what the Zoroark can do. I actually haven't seen normal Zoroark. I've mainly just been seeing the Hisuian. So it's nice to see the OG come out again. Now, they start off with Primarina Hydra Apple. I started off with, once again, Electros Whimsicott. Just a tried combo. I'm gonna start off with this almost all the time, especially back then. But I decided I'm going to Tailwind Mega T-Bolt into the Primarina to get as much damage as I can on it. It is a special wall. I know it definitely live it, but it should do enough to at least put it down in like the red to where I don't have to worry about. I don't have to worry about it like living the next attack. Now there's a bit of a wait here once again. It wasn't as I pretty much tried not to cut out too much. And they actually switch out the Primarina here. Bring in Typhlosion, who's going to eat that Mega T-Bolt. Right as it swaps in. Now, Tailwind comes. Now, his Tailwind, tried and true, once again allows Electros to outspeed everything else. T-Bolt comes out, does a lot of damage to Typhlosion, over almost 3/4. And then they tried that. I think they forgot what Elevate does because they Earth powered into it, but Elevate is just that strong of an ability. I decided to finish off Typhlosion with the T-Bolt, Moonblast on the Hydra Apple. Moonblast comes out and does a lot of damage. Once again, 2/3. A little over 2/3 health. And it gets a special attack drop, which I honestly forget what it has as like change for that. Also, unnecessary crit on the Typhlosion from Eel. Takes it down and gets a free special attack. Giga Drain from the Hydra Apple comes out. Doesn't do a lot. Does like a little over 1/3, but it doesn't heal enough to keep it out of the range. Now here comes Unhidden Zoroark, which I wasn't expecting. Now I'm thinking what to do here. I decide I'm going to Protect because I thought something like Fake Out could be coming my way. And then Moonblast, I decided to finish off the Hydra Apple. Eel goes for the Protect, and I'm waiting to see what they do. Moonblast comes out because high outspeed, and it just finishes off the Hydra Apple. Don't have to worry about that apple anymore. Now I'm still curious what the Zoroark is going to do. And it does Burning Jealousy, which I honestly forget exists, but I protected against that one. Wasn't a prediction, but does over half for a non-stab, for what is obviously non-stab. I didn't even know. I honestly forget that move exists because I don't see it. Primarina comes back in. I decide I'm going to Giga Drain to get some health back, and I'm going to Moonblast Zoroark to get it out of here. And once again, they kind of stalled a bit. It's either stall or connection. I honestly couldn't tell you. Oh wait, no, this time it was pretty quick. Moonblast comes out and Focus Sash on Zoroark. So it lives on 1. It's probably going to get another Burning Jealousy off, which might put down Whimsicott, but it did get the special attack drop once again. Giga Drain does exactly 2/3 to Primarina and gets me almost back up to full on heal. Burning Jealousy comes out from Zoroark, and that special attack drop actually mattered because now Whimsicott lives. Until the Hyper Voice from Primarina does massive amounts of damage. Putting Electros down to yellow a little over 1/3, and my Tailwind just ran out. So now I got Salazzle coming in, and I decide, okay, well, these are moments like these are why I run Fake Out. So I'm going to Giga Drain on this Primarina again, and Fake Out the Zoroark to finish it out. There's a bit of a delay here once again, and obviously Zoroark's going down. Fake Out has the priority, and it's a 1 HP. It's absolutely done so. Now, as far as I know, Primarina should be going down here, going down as well. And I get a good fat heal back on the heal, and that is the end of the second battle. Once again, Mega, especially Electros, dominates. I just love this man. I just love this mon. It's very fun. I honestly recommend, like, if you can run a mix, if you can find a mix set, I would love that, because I would definitely run one. Anyway, we're now into battle number 3. A lot more meta. I see the Staraptor and I immediately think Mega Staraptor. However, they also have the Mega Swampert potential because I see the Pelipper. So I'm initially thinking, okay, this could be a rain team. Mega Staraptor is a backup. Now, I'm not certain what they're going to bring. I'm expecting like Pelipper Swampert start, something along those lines. Because again, it looked like a rain team to me. But, and here's something I didn't expect. They sent out Staraptor Sinistcha. And this is part of why I wanted to run the special set on Electros, because there's a lot of Staraptor running around with the Intimidate. A lot of Intimidate mons that just shut down, that just made the physical variant. It felt unreliable. So, now, we're going for Mega, the Mega. They go for the Mega first, actually. Mega Staraptor comes out, and I know what they're, and obviously, I think we've all familiar with this combo of Mega Staraptor Sinistcha, like Charm, whatever, to boost its attack with the contrary. Mega Electros comes out on my side, as I said. Tailwind comes out, and now the moment of truth, if I outspeed or not, and I do. That max speed investment coming out handy as I one-shot that Mega Staraptor with a crit. I actually don't know if that was necessary or not. I want to say it was, but I have to run the calculations on that. Strength Sap on their own Staraptor fails because it's gone, and free Elevate +1 attack, special attack for me. Now they send in the Swampert, and I obviously have the stab for it. So I have the stab on both my mons for it, so I'm going Flamethrower for the Sinistcha to burn the T, and Giga Drain on the Swampert to take it out. A bit of a delay again. And Swampert gets completely decimated, just doesn't stand a chance. 4 times weakness is his worst enemy. I like Swampert too, that's the sad part. Flamethrower cooks the Sinistcha, so that's another +1, so I'm sitting over here at +2 attack on the eel. And yeah, it's pretty much over at this point. The last mon, I'm pretty sure, yep, Pelipper. Just as I had first thought. I think they were contemplating between the two, and that's why they ran both. There's nothing else really they can do. I'm expecting, like, I went for the taunt here on Whimsicott because I thought it would. At the time, I didn't know Protect beats out stuff like Taunt or Prankster priority. I was not aware of that at all. But it lives on a Focus Sash and then gets off what I believe Hurricane. does a lot, but all it does is proc my Sash, so we've traded Sashes this turn. And we decide, okay, well, time to put this thing to bed. No point in stalling it out any further. T-Bolt and T-Bolt, and I was contemplating which to go for. I decided I'm just gonna go with Giga Drain again. Just finish off the Pelipper on this one last bit of HP. And that is the third battle. A lot of these battles were back to back, I will let you know that. And yeah, I was feeling myself a bit, because this was very fun. It has been fun, and this team's I love the eel. The eel is so fun. Now, into the final battle of today, we have a very stacked competitive team. I can tell it's going to be a lot of switching, a lot of fake outs. I'm expecting either a Garchomp or a Dragonite lead, so I decided I'm going to do something a bit different, go Dragalge lead. Potentially so I can at least get something like Flip Turn on maybe a Sneasler or a Cineroar. I'm expecting one of those two to lead. Now, I have to see when they pull out, and it's the Alolan Ninetales and the Incineroar. I did call the Cineroar. Now, obviously, now it's getting frosty, it's snow warning. Intimidate doesn't really work for my team. I'm running mostly special. I'm running entirely special, I should say. I decide I'm going to Flip Turn and go for Tail Leap and go for Tailwind, but Fake Out. Fake Out has that priority. Flinches the Dragalge. Tailwind comes out, and now it's the Alolan Ninetales setting up Veil, as it does. Honestly, as soon as I saw it, I knew that's what was coming. That's why I wanted to switch out as soon as possible. Now, the Fletch is unfortunate. But I didn't really. It was easy. It was easy to see. And that's Incineroar's whole shtick. Now, I decide to go for a Moonblast on the Incineroar, and it does a decent chunk of damage, well over half. Oh, because of crit. Always getting a lot of crits, a lot of luck this episode with the crits and everything. Blizzard from Ninetales because Dragalge is super slow. Pops Whimsicott's Sash, gets it down on 1 HP. Dragalge tanks it pretty well, despite it being like neutral. But that Sludge Bomb comes out doing 70%. That is nice. Parting Shot from the Incineroar to drop the rest of my stats. Drop my attack and special. One more stage before he switches out. And now I'm sitting here to see what they put in, and it's the Dragonite. And I just want to point out, even with Tailwind, Dragalge gets outsped. It really comes down to if it gets focused or not. Which is a shame, because again, it is one of my favorite special walls in the game. It's just unfortunate its typing doesn't work for a special wall. There's a lot of weaknesses. Now here, I decide I'm going to double up on the Dragonite with a Moonblast Draco Meteor. I'm not expecting the Draco Meteor to actually land. Like, I'm hoping it does, because I'm hoping they'll do like extreme speed they'll double up on the Whimsicott, or they'll Sword Dance or something. I don't know. But Dragalge is outsped. Again, very slow mod. Because of that, it's outsped and it's taken out by both are taken out by the Blizzard. I actually think at this point I decided to sack it just because I knew it wasn't gonna get to do anything. That's probably why I kept it in. So now it's a 2v3. Yeah, now it's a 2v4 still, actually. I forgot I didn't even take out one Mon yet. But now we have Electros and Salazzle coming in. Both my fastest and hardest hitting Mons on this team. Now, Salazzle, I decided I was going to fake out the Dragonite, stall out a bit, and then Mega Flamethrower the Ninetales. Now, I'm not expecting to take it out at all. I will be completely honest about that. This thing, with the Veil up, it's very bulky, but I'm hoping it does just enough to take it out. So that way, once the Veil goes down, I don't have to worry about it again. Now, they also actually pop out their own Mega Dragonite. I did contemplate doubling up on Dragonite here, but the Blizzard would have definitely like done way too much to both my mons, so I decided I did go to the Super Flame. And the Flamethrower actually takes out the 9 kills, which is excellent. That at least gets me 1 on the board. Now, that's a +1. That's a +1 special attack. It flinched, and my Tailwind just went out, unfortunately. Now, I'm waiting for them to see what they send in next, and they bring back in the Incineroar. Now, I'm 100% expecting a Fake Out again. Because again, it's what it does. So I decide I'm going to Dragon Pulse and Protect. Because if I'm them, I'm definitely focusing the Mega Electros and just putting the Salazzle on the back, on like the last legs, by having it be the last one standing. Now, obviously, I called the Fake Out, protected that. What I wasn't expecting was the Salazzle to outspeed, Dragon Pulse doing a decent chunk of damage to Dragonite, and then Air Slash on the Salazzle misses because Bright Powder actually stopped. Now, here's the fun part: the Veil is gone, which means Dragonite does not live the next Dragon Pulse. And I see it, and I saw that I outsped it. So now it comes down to what they decide to do. And what they decide to do is, well, they pull out the Dragonite, which is a smart move. They bring in Sneasel. At this point, I had actually doubled up on it. And because of that double up, Sneasel just goes down immediately. And that's another Elevate, so that's what, +2 now? And a Parting Shot from Incineroar. Sends it back in, but it's just going to come right back out. Does negate one of my boost off, but then they surrender instead. I'm assuming without the Veil, they know Dragonite's getting done up, and then Incineroar's next, as it did not have much else. But that is those are the battles of today. And top it all off, nice little rank up for me as well. I hope you all enjoyed the rest. I hope you all enjoyed today's games, and I will see y'all the next time.